Hey guys, it's Becky. I'm coming at you today with a book haul, and I have to tell you, I recorded this entire video yesterday and my husband was outside, so I was super nervous. So rather than sounding like my normal self, I kind of sounded like this, and I wasted like a half hour recording and realizing it was all crap. So here I am today, and it's going to be a bit of a rush because my husband is doing school drop-off, so I don't have much time before he gets home. So I'm going to jump right in. This month I have 2 library books and 3 book of the month books that I'm going to talk about. So yeah, not a huge haul. I did get a certificate for books for my birthday last week, so I need to do some birthday book shopping. But anyways, all right. Oh, and I wrote myself little sticky notes with little blurbs about the book. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the sticky note. Because I didn't want to read off of the flaps, if that makes sense. So the first book is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is what the cover looks like. And I have read her beach read book. I've read her People We Meet on Vacation, and I've read Book Lovers, and I have liked all of them. But the first one I read was Beach Read, and I really enjoyed that. And I probably enjoyed Book Lovers just as much. I liked People We Meet on Vacation, but the other 2 I liked much more. So I'm hoping that I really enjoy this one. So this is a story of Harriet and Wynne. I hope I pronounced Wynne right. They were always the perfect couple ever since college, up until 5 months ago when they broke up. And the only thing is they haven't told anybody that they've broken up. And now they're getting ready to go on a trip, their friend's vacation that they do every year, at a cottage in Maine. And this is the last time that they'll ever be able to be in that cottage because it's up for sale or something. So Harriet and Wynne are going to act as though they're still a couple in front of their friends because, like I said, they haven't told anybody. So, I mean, like, how hard can it be? A week together, acting like a couple when they've been a couple for years. The only problem is they're trying not to notice how much they still have feelings for one another. Are they able to pull it off? Who knows? But that is what that book is about, and I'm excited for it. The next library book I have is Fun Home. By Alison Bechdel. This is what it looks like. This is my library book. I started this book last night because I gotta get it back to the library today, and my book club is on Sunday for it. This is not typically a book I would pick up, but this was the one that we voted on, so this is the one that I'm reading. It's an autobiography in a comic book form. So Bruce Bechdel is the dad, and he was an English teacher and the director of a funeral home. And this funeral home, Alison and her family called the Fun Home. So I've read a bit of the book so far, and as far as I can tell, the father is quite neglectful and, in my opinion, abusive. He's not the warm, cuddly dad that you would think of. So it wasn't until when Alison was in college that she came out to her family as a lesbian. And not too long after, her dad came out as gay. And I'm trying to see. It was weeks later he was dead. So what does that mean for Alison? Her dad left a huge legacy of mysteries for her to discover and see what's what. And so far, I mean, it's okay. I'm trying to find a bit of artwork here. So this is some of what the artwork looks like, which I like. There's quite, like, there's some graphic pictures in here because, you know, working in a funeral home, you're dealing with dead people, so getting them all ready to be buried or whatever. So there's pictures of naked corpses in here and such, so I don't want to flick through too much because who knows what I'd land on. But that is the second library book. Now Happy Place, I'll be reading on my Kindle. It was just easier to bring it up on my phone to show you the cover because sometimes my Kindle doesn't like to show the covers, which I don't know if it's a Kindle thing or if it's just I haven't figured it out. Either way, it's annoying, but I got it to show up on my phone. So the next book I'm really excited about is Arsenic and Adobo, which I've heard about through different cozy channels that I watch, cozy mystery channels, because I've just discovered the cozy mystery like world, genre, I don't know what you want to call it, but I am loving it. So this book had come up and people were talking about how great it is. So Arsenic and Adobo, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this person's name because I am terrible with names, but this is what the cover looks like. And I love the little dachshund on her shoulder. Super cute. Okay, so this is described as a new culinary cozy mystery series. Leela makes her way home after her breakup to a food critic, and she begins working in her Tita Rosie's restaurant, which happens to be failing. And not too long after she arrives home, her ex-boyfriend, the nasty food critic, shows up. And Leela confronts him about something, and moments later the dude drops dead. So who looks like the guilty one here? Of course, all the cops are looking at her as the number one suspect. So she gets together with her barista best bud, her dachshund, and they call it the Nosy Aunties Network, to do some investigating to try to get her off the chopping block for murder of her ex. So we'll see how that goes. It sounds really good, and it's a cozy about food. And I might be vegan, but dang, I love to eat. Like seriously, it's one of my faves. And the dog, like seriously, I am a dog person, so double score. Another book I got from, that was one of my book of the month books. Another book of the month book I got is called The Secret Book of Flora Lee. This is what it looks like. Okay, the blurb on this one is a little bit longer, but not nearly as long as like the double flap deal that's on this book. So, this is a book about two sisters, and it starts in England in 1939, war-torn England. So we're following Hazel, who's 14, and Flora, who's 5. And they go to live in this home with a woman named Bridie and her son, Harry. Now, Hazel fills their days, her and Flora's days, with taking walks and playing games. And Hazel came up with this world, like this magical fairy tale world that her and Flora could escape into called, where is it? Whisperwood, where they could just be the two of them and nothing bad is happening. You know, really where their imaginations can just soar. So, you know, they play in that and they go there often. But the unthinkable happens. And one day, Flora disappears. And Hazel feels responsible for that. And she carries that guilt with her right up through adulthood. And then one day, she comes across this package and she's opening it. And what she discovers inside blows her mind. It's a book. But it's not just any book. It's a book called Whisperwood and the River of Stars. Automatically, she thinks of her sister Flora. She has no idea how that name came about for this book because the only other person that knew about Whisperwood was her sister Flora. They never told anybody about it. It was their little secret. So now this book shows up and Hazel's like, are there clues in here as to how Flora disappeared? Like, is she still alive? Is it her book? So Hazel sets off on this journey to discover what happened to her baby sister. And that's what this story is about. You follow Hazel in her journey and we eventually find out what happens to Flora. So this book, I was drawn to it because, first of all, I think the cover is beautiful. Second of all, English countryside, sign me up, love it already. World War II time period, yes please, and a story about sisters. I was like, This is a freaking score. Absolutely. I need to read that. So that was my second book of the month pick. And my third book of the month pick is a continuation of Part of Your World, which I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's this book right here on my shelf. I don't know if you'd call it the second in the series, but it is about this woman's best friend, and for the life of me at the moment, I can't remember her name because it was a while ago that I read that. But it's called Yours Truly. And it's about Bree. And it's about Bree coming to terms with her divorce that's going to be finalized soon. Her brother is battling for his life. He needs a new kidney like ASAP. And there's a promotion that she wants at the hospital. Oh, did I say Bree's a doctor? She's a doctor. So there's a promotion at the hospital that she wants, but the new guy, it appears, might be getting the job, which really just stresses her out even more. His name is Jacob. And she's already set to hate the guy. Like, she is set to not like him because, you know, promotion and all that. But he ends up writing her a letter. And he says something in this letter that makes her write him back. Their relationship starts out with writing letters. And eventually they're sharing lunches in the sob closet. Her sob closet at work. And then he really drops the bomb when he offers a kidney up for her brother who desperately needs one. So now Bree's illusions of totally hating this guy might be falling apart, and she's wondering how will she ever resist this new doctor who also happens to be a hottie. So yeah, I'm excited for this one too. Probably this would be a good like summer read, beach read. Again, it's, well, not again. I mean, it's a hardback, so a little bit hairy for holding on the beach. But the first book in the series and this book, I think, would be good reads for the summer. If you like romance. So, yeah, these are the books that I've got for this month. I'm excited about it. And I have no idea when I'm going to start reading them, but I'm stoked. I'm putting my Kindle on the pile because I will be reading off of my Kindle, so it doesn't seem right not to include it. But these are the books. See my little tag here? I told you I wrote little notes so I didn't forget what the books were about. I don't know how you do it when you've got like a 30-book haul. Like, how do you remember all of the little blurbs to talk about each book? No idea. Luckily, I haven't crossed that path yet, but I'd say not too bad of a book haul for somebody that lives in the middle of nowhere. Next month's book haul will probably be a bit bigger because I'm hoping to spend some of that birthday money, and I'm hoping to get to a bookstore. So that's a score all around. But yeah, my books. I'm stoked. I don't know where this month has gone. It's flown by. Like, seriously, it's bonkers. I have no idea. But I am always curious to know what you're reading, so pop that down below. And if you have any recommendations for that book money for me to spend that isn't smutty or horror, please put it down below because I'm always looking for new books. And if you have any cozy mystery series, maybe put that down below too because I'm kind of really loving the cozy mystery hype. All right, so my husband should be arriving anytime. I've got my tea here, which I haven't even had a sip of yet. So I am ready to start the day with a cup of tea and maybe go outside and soak up some of the sunshine, even though it's freezing out. It's only supposed to be like 53 today. But anyways, totally getting sidetracked. I hope you all have a great rest of your month. I hope you get lots of reading done, and I will speak to you very soon. Hopefully next week with my May wrap up. All right. Bye, everyone.